Dante's Discussion.
Welcome back to yet another edition of Dante's Discussion. Answers, that's right, answers right there. The answers are here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many times I can say answers, but I'm going to say answers as many damn times as I want. Anyways, the question was for you to answer: when should you crystal out of a world? Of course, this pertains to Dark Souls 2 PvP. I didn't get as many responses on FextraLife as I wanted. In fact, I only got one, which is a little upsetting because I thought this was maybe a better question than people thought. But still, I appreciate everybody who gave answers. And YouTube people, FextraLife people, I appreciate everybody who takes their time to, even if it's one word, I don't care. It's fun. I love bringing the community together. Anyways, this question: when should you crystal out of the world? It's interesting to me because I've rarely crystal out of worlds. Sometimes if I'm getting ganked and they have moon internet, I'll crystal out. Sometimes if I get ganked and they just keep healing and there's no way to win, I might crystal out because I'm just sick of it. You know, sometimes I just get sick of it sometimes. But let's see what others think. So we go on to YouTube and we have Nathorn. Nathorn says, I don't crystal out from gankers, but sometimes when I just can't find the host, I do. Really bad connection is also pretty good reason for doing that. I think I remember at least one guy who crystaled out always if I casted even a single buff. The place I have mostly left the host's world is definitely Shulva DLC. That's interesting. Because you couldn't find him in the Shulva, I'm assuming. Yeah, there are a lot of weird little crevices and strange places to go in that world. I definitely understand crystalling out if you can't find somebody, because why waste your 10 minutes or whatever being in a world? But at the same time, it's like a weird, interesting hide and seek moment. I don't know, you know. Maybe you might learn the lay of the land a little bit better, or where somebody could be hiding next time you come into that problem. But I definitely understand it. Wasting your time, that's always the worst. Yeah, I've come in contact with people who literally see my name and then they crystal out. And I'm like, okay, you know, I understand, like, maybe I've beaten them before or whatever. But it's, how are you going to get better at the game, you know? I always would want to fight somebody who continuously beat me, personally. Because eventually I'll be able to beat them, and then I actually learned and got better from the game. But I don't know. Let's continue onward, though. We got Uncle Odie. He says, if you're ganked or just don't have the patience for a runner or healer. I totally understand it. I mean, the patience. Patience is a virtue, as they say. And I definitely understand if people just, they can't stand it. They're like, all right, I've been ganked 10 times today. I'm just out. I'm done. I'm not dealing with this. Even I've done that. I've been ganked like 10 times in like playing in an hour. And then I'm like, all right, whatever. If I even see this name again, I'm just crystalling out. I can't take it. I totally understand it. Sometimes it just, you have to do it just for you and for the other people playing, because you might take your aggression out on somebody else who doesn't deserve it in some way, whether it be, you know, sending them a message or whatnot. But yeah, sometimes I do think crystalling out is for the better. Giggidy Cog says, I will black soul crystal out of invasions, arena matches of people with stupid moon lag, or if they want to run away and waste my time when I'm streaming. I just don't have the patience for that crap. I understand. Again, you know, a lot of these things, it's very situational. I don't think it's right to just crystal out just because. Sometimes I've crystaled out because I've had a friend online, and I'm like, oh, they wanted to play with me, so I'll just crystal out, whatever. Sometimes I'll just kill myself too to give them souls. You know, it all depends. But you know, it's situational. I think there are times that you're able to crystal out, but I also think there are times where it's ridiculous to crystal out. Next up, we have Yashio Man. When advantageous. I don't know when it's advantageous really to crystal out. I guess if you're getting destroyed, but if you're getting destroyed one-on-one and you're crystal out, that's a pretty scummy thing to do, I gotta be honest. But yeah, if you're getting ganked, I really don't fault you for it. Don't do it. Kyle Lilly says, Xbox Live's Lord Relic, Crystal out always. Every person who summons, everyone you invade, everyone you face in the Brotherhood of Blood. Yeah! Cancerous community. I'm pretty sure he means cancerous, although he put cancerous. Cancerous would be interesting. Everybody's in these weird cylindrical type of objects. But maybe there's some delicious delights inside. I don't know. I can't tell you. But yeah, that would be crazy cancerous if everybody crystaled out constantly all the time. Next up, we have T-Tiger R13. He says, never. Hi. Hey, what's going on, Tiger? Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand that sentiment too. Never crystal out. Why crystal out? Just take your beating, you know. Just take the beating or deal with the moon lag. I definitely understand all these aspects. Corey Horn says, I personally crystal out when I'm getting ganked and there's really no chance to win against them. Like, if there's 3 of them and they've already cleared out the area or used a seed. I crystal out if I've been summoned for a duel and the host chugged on me and I run out of healing spells before I can finish them off. I'm now going to let them have the satisfaction of killing me after they chugged in a duel. Or if I simply can't find the host when I invade. Definitely very good points here, Corey. All these points make sense to me. I mean, you know, obviously these are all opinions and no one can really technically be wrong, but these just make sense. I totally understand your logic here. If somebody keeps chugging, like I've had instances where I've been ganked and I'm smacking them up, but then one of them gets hurt, they run away and heal, then the other 2 fight me, one of them gets hurt, they run away and heal, and then it's just a constant loop of me not winning, and then I've run away and crystaled out before on that because I'm like, well, this is just like useless. I can't get them when they keep subbing out like this and throwing crystal homing soul spears at my skull face. But yeah, I don't know. Next up, we have Bendrick Mini. He says, I think you should crystal out of a ward if you get summoned to a 3v1 Iron Keep closed door gank. If they are not magic spammers, then I will fight them. If they are, I will most likely crystal out. And another reason is severe lag. I'm not just talking about you hitting someone and the game recognizes damages after 3 seconds of you hitting them, which I hate the worst. I'm talking about frozen body, no damage at all, person teleports everywhere lag. And one more reason to crystal out is if you get summoned to a host buffing up and the white phantom is waiting off to the side just to start ganking you when the host is low health. There has never been a time where I haven't left that situation, and those are my reasons. Perfectly valid reasons. I've had all those things happen to me. The white phantom on the side of a bridge is obviously the first thing. Like, anytime you see the host fighting you and there's somebody else in the world, that's usually like a red flag where it's like, okay, what's this about? Even if they are a red phantom. I've been ganked by red phantoms before. So it's ridiculous. Like, that type of stuff is tough. One thing you can try to do is you can try to this is what I've been trying to do, is I've been trying to slow play some of these gankers where I'm not really going too aggressive in the beginning. I get a few hits in, maybe they're at half health or something, and then I go extreme aggression because I want to kill them before, oh, their side player comes in and is like, oh, their health is low, blah, blah, blah. So then, you know, you turn on the aggression at the, you know, midway point, and maybe you can finish them off before the other guy realizes, oh, they're low, blah, blah, blah. I've done that a few times, and it is very satisfying. But I definitely understand getting out of there. Magic spammers and ganks are like, I agree with you. It's almost impossible to really get away because, especially if they use some sort of dark damage, and if one of the dark things hits you, it takes away your stamina too, so you're completely screwed at that point. And if they both do it at correct timings, you're gonna get hit with at least one of them. It's just how that works. But yeah, I totally agree. We have Alexi, as he told me how his name is said. It's Russian, and I don't understand Russian letters. But he says, when you are losing, you should crystal out. I don't know about that. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that one there, because that is a little, it's a little bad. I mean, just either take your beating or win. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, come on. What's the deal with that? Let's go, Alexi. Get good or get dead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, I hope you're trolling. If you're not, that's a little strange. Of course, you did spell loosing. It is losing. 1-0. But you are Russian. I'll give you the pass. I didn't know how to say your name, so. No, no, I mean, you should never just crystal out if you're losing, personally. I mean, that's what I think. There's no reason to. Just, how do you get better at the game? I've had people do that to me all the time. They're like, oh, you spammed. It's like, I didn't spam. You rolled into me, so I hit you again. What the hell am I supposed to do? Not hit you? People just don't understand that concept in the game. I don't know. I don't know. All right, last but not least, here we go. It's already, you might be thinking, well, wow, this is a short video. I didn't get that many replies, and a lot of them were short. But a lot of them were pretty similar, so. But last one, it's on FextraLife. There's a pretty good page here. Nun Karuji. As an invader, I tend to only crystal out as a courtesy in rare circumstances. If the host is clearly struggling very badly, very, very badly, sorry, with PvE, perhaps an effigy gift and crystal out. If a bell tower host was dealing with multiple gray phantoms, clear non-aggression towards myself, red and gray phantoms defeated in 2v2 team fight, then I will crystal out the host is not interested in a 1v1 duel at that point. A few odd invasion points, such as in Lost Bastille, leave the host and invader separated by a gate, petrified guy, or other type of barricades, where the host may not even be taking the route and there's little to no chance of an encounter. That is interesting, actually. I didn't really think about that because I don't know if it is, you know, I'm a higher level character, so I don't know if it's different with lower level. I think he's probably talking about Scholar of the First Sin, maybe even on PC or something, but like, there's not, you can't really invade. Like, you can only invade basically one place, and that's the bridge, because that's where everybody goes now. So, like, this is interesting. This is sort of a concept I haven't really seen, because I'm not able to invade anywhere anymore, because no one's around. But, yeah, that's interesting to see that there are certain points where they could just be taking an alternate route, and you might literally just not be able to get to them. That's very strange. It's never happened to me, but I can see that happening. And I totally understand crystalling out there, because that's literally just only wasting time. You can't do anything. I get that. Next he says, or she, not against cheaters. Gravity is often still a method to defeat them. Simply embarrassing them with repeated parries or backstabs is another fine way to pass the time. In Dark Souls 2, the invasion timer will eventually run out. In Dark Souls 1, on multiple occasions, I spent well over half an hour repeatedly knocking cheaters off the ledges of Incense Fortress just for amusement. That's hilarious. So while many may advocate crystalling in this situation, I simply try to make it unpleasant and humiliating for them. If mom pulls the plug, even better. Not against troll setups. I was a victim of two crazy Xmas in Dragon Lake play last year, though my death did not make the cut. I'm not sure who that is, I'm sorry. I recognized the character name and knew there was some sort of setup going on, but I did my best to try to survive anyhow. If I spot these, I usually try to grab a video capture from my viewpoint. As a co-op phantom, if the host goal is to gank RSS users, I will leave. Unless I'm packing Life Drain patch. RSS users, red summon stone, okay. Sorry, I'm just out of it sometimes. If the host is AFK or otherwise just wants phantoms to clear the level while sitting back, if the host is cheating. So that's interesting. Up there you said if someone was cheating, you try to embarrass them, but if it's co-op, I guess that makes sense, yeah, because, yeah, all right, I see. Because you don't want to do all the work for them. Yeah, okay. And if they want to, you don't want to gank. I definitely understand that. Like, this is extremely well thought out, Nun Karuji. I gotta hand it to you. Every point you pointed out, if you will, pretty good. I love the punishing people, though. Not crystalling out because you want to punish them. I mean, there are situations where, I mean, at least for me, it's just impossible to punish people. I don't, like, you just can't do it. I don't know. You just literally will get beat down with soul spears and soul whatever. But it is great to try to punish people and to try to destroy them because screw them, man. They suck. Like, who's ganks? Who does all this crap? It's just so annoying. But yeah, I mean, all these spots, I definitely understand it. Sometimes I won't even crystal out of a gank. I'll lose just to see their method of ganking, and maybe next time I can be better prepared. I've done that before where I know I'm gonna lose. You know, they got 3 and you got to see what they're doing. Maybe they're all dressed the same. Sometimes I'm like, all right, fine, let's see what type of gimmick they're using now. Boom, they use, you know, poison, or boom, they use some sort of acid bombs, and just to see exactly what the hell they're doing. But yeah, I mean, I do think there's places to actually go and crystal out. It all depends sort of on yourself. I do think there are moments that you don't crystal out. If you're just losing, sorry Alexi, but if you're just losing, don't crystal out. That's so that's like worse manner than, you know, running away, I think. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Don't crystal out if you you see a name maybe you're not the best against. I just don't get it. Sometimes I just don't get it. I've seen people crystal out because like the one guy said, someone buffed someone crystal out because they saw that I was using like a red iron twin blade once. Certain weapons, people are like, no, they're a scrub, they're using blah blah blah. I was like, really? Like, if you can't deal with these weapons, am I really the scrub? I don't know. Like, I've seen multiple. Just don't use it under your discretion. But if it ruins other people's play, like if you're ruining somebody else's day by crystalling out, that's probably the best reason not to crystal out, because you're destroying somebody else. Whereas if someone's ganking you, they're already trying to ruin your day. Crystal out. Go ahead. Just, I mean, sometimes you can try it, see if you can take them on. Sometimes just take the beating, but you know, use it under your own discretion. I really do think this is sort of a self-taught thing where you should. I mean, everybody basically had their reasons of why they would or wouldn't, and I totally understand it. Everybody, valid reasons. I definitely get it. So yeah, I mean, this is maybe a lot more cut and dry than I thought it would be. I thought it might be a little bit more interesting. Whatever, it's fun. It's fun to talk about these things, you know, certain things that everybody has to go with and deal with in PvP and Dark Souls 2. It's just interesting to me to think of little nuances here and there, like, should you crystal out? You know, that's I almost thought that maybe crystalling out was thought of similar to like healing, like it's taboo to do that. But I do think there are situations where it's just beneficial to do that, not just for you but for everyone. So yeah, anyways, if you enjoyed this, put some comments below, like, comment, subscribe. Tell anybody if they enjoy any of these videos. I hope you enjoy my dumb commentary, my dumb thoughts on it. Thanks everybody for replying, and yeah,